And without further ado, putting us towards our next part of the event, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion, run by Dezmone, which I'm super excited to see. How are you doing tonight?
I'm alright.
Good.
How
good.
are you? I'm excited as well.
Oh, I love your character. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. I just she looks like me, so
She's beautiful.
I got the red hair.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
Good.
much. I'm very much looking forward to the run. I will leave the floor to
All
you,
good.
and I'll read off some donations as they come in.
Alright, thanks, dude. Alright, so are we ready? So, I'm Dezmone. I'm going to be running 80% no out of bounds. I'm here with my commentator.
Hey guys, I'm Salami John. Yeah, I've been running this game for a little while, probably about 2 months, and I'm here to help Dez.
Sweet as. So, without further ado, may as well get started. So we're going to be running a high elf because the taller your character is, the faster they run. So I guess that's indicative of real life, maybe. And yeah, so I've also got a timer right here that's going to remove the loads. So I'm going to start on my go. 3, 2, 1, go. So basically, what I'm going to be doing in this jail cell is I'm going to be quick saving and quick loading for every single dialogue that happens. And that saves time by default on my load remover. But there is a part of the run towards the end where it actually does save time. And right now I'm just stuck in jail. I suppose I did something pretty bad in my previous life, and I have to atone for my sins. But while I'm waiting for the guys, I'm just going to ignore all the dialogue. I'm also going to be using custom binds to be able to skip dialogue really fast, and also just map keys to other keys to make things a little bit easier for myself. And now the guards are going to come to me, and there is a small RNG chance that Glenroy doesn't notice me pickpocketing him, and I'm going to be pickpocketing him so that I can get him into
My job right now is to get
the
him
jail
to
a little bit
safety.
faster. So
What's
hopefully
this
he notices
prisoner
me.
doing here? This cell is supposed.
Alright, sweet as. So I'm going to be punching the NPCs
Never mind.
regularly
Hit that
throughout the
gate.
run,
Stand
and that's
back,
just going to
prisoner.
make them
You
start
won't hit-
chasing me, which is favourable for me, because usually they're just taking their time.
Please, sire, we must keep
And
moving.
yeah, that was the first instance of the dialogue skip. And I'm going to
Better
punch
not close
Glenroy
this
for a
one.
total of
There's no
5
way to
times.
open it from the other side.
This is your lucky day.
So now all of the crew is going to start chasing me, and we're heading into a trick called fast ruts.
Yeah, so usually it takes a while for
I
all the
accept your
NPCs to get here. They're going to be saying a bunch of dialogue, but we just skip most of that.
So with fast ruts, basically what I'm doing here is I'm going back up the staircase, which allows the NPCs to run to the next room rather than doing their usual walk. So as you can see, the Emperor is running, which breaks this wall a lot faster than normal. I managed to actually get fast ruts, but that's kind of RNG. Sometimes the wall can take a very long time to actually break. And I'm going to activate a glitch there called key glitch. So basically now with that secondary pop-up that showed up, it kind of blocks the check from all the locked doors in the game so long as there's a physical key, where I can actually just go through it without needing the key. So that's pretty beneficial for me. And I'm just going to be killing rats along the way so that they don't lose me any time. It's basically pest control at this point. See, like, unfortunately I had to kill the rat. The rat was in my way there, so... I mean, I didn't want to do it, but he kind of... See, look, I kind of have to. So... It's kind of tragic, but... It's virtual, so we can feel better about it.
Dez also picked up some
So-
scrolls there for duping later, and also so that he can have a more powerful fireball for much later in the run.
Yeah, I'm going to be running the 1.0 version of the game, which allows me to dupe during the intro section instead of on the Steam version where I have to go to the Imperial City to basically get more scrolls to dupe with. So the 1.0 version is slightly faster for this category. So I'm going to pick up some arrows. These arrows are going to be very important to actually begin the duping process. It says 6 arrows, but let me assure you that that number is wrong. Because there's actually a little bit more in the chest, which is kind of weird. No one has any idea why that's the case, but...
Help, let me... I'll let you live. Here they come again!
So now I'm just killing a bunch of waves of assassins. I'm gonna punch Gwenroy so that it stops one of the waves of assassins from actually arriving. It kind of bugs them out a little bit, which is beneficial for us because we don't want to be attracting their attention yet.
And so there,
At least I hope they're frozen.
when Dez just talked to the Emperor, he was given the speed perk, which basically just gives him a permanent speed boost for the rest of the game, which is beneficial.
Alright, so I'm just waiting on everyone.
Stick close and let us do our
Because I'm much faster than them, so... You know, that's just the way it is when you're a speedrunner. These guys aren't good at speedrunning by the looks of it. So now we're going to head into the duplication glitch, if John can explain that.
Yeah, so basically, if Dez takes his fists out and then equips and quickly unequips the arrows, it says that he's attacking, and that doesn't let him get rid of the arrows. But for some reason, if you drop something after that, it just duplicates the exact amount of arrows you have. So he got 30 scrolls there because he had 30 arrows in his inventory.
What about that side path?
Doesn't really make sense, but
I'll let you live.
gotta dupe somehow.
For the Emperor! You're lucky.
Yeah, this game doesn't make sense, but it just works.
For the Emperor!
Pretty sure a
Go down
famous
easy.
guy that we all know the name to, you know? He said that very commonly. It just works. So, looks like this manipulation here works. So basically I ended up punching both,
Take you.
and I killed his best friend. He got mad at that very understandably.
Really?
That just allows me to actually talk to him quicker. Sometimes he doesn't come, but that time he came, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, now we're gonna exit the sewers because it's kind of smelly down here. We're gonna do some prerequisite tasks now for the rest of the run. So we're gonna explain some speed tech later on, and right now we're gonna head into, where is it? Braville, I think?
Yep. We're gonna go get something that's totally not cocaine.
Yeah, we're gonna obtain an illegal drug, basically. So, with this illegal drug, your IQ drops, but you end up being a lot faster, so we don't actually care about you actually getting dumber, so we only care about the speed that it gives us, and we're going to be duping this to basically use that as like an engine, so like we're getting fuel for the car, and we're the car. So after this, I'm going to be going to Wayne and Priory for story reasons. So I'm just getting some schoomers.
Friendly local drug dealer.
Oh, he's very friendly. Offers very cheap prices. And I'm going to be waiting a certain period of time because I'm going to steal a horse. And I'm going to be doing something with that horse that's really cool. I also just wanted to preface this by saying, because I'm going to be going at really fast speeds, whenever I'm outside, obviously it's going to be kind of rough on the visuals to be running really fast with a lot of grass and shit. But yeah, just be mindful about that things might look a little bit like flushed out, I guess you could say. So I'm going to talk to Joffrey, but like I said, going to be skipping a dialogue as fast as I can because I actually don't like talking to people. Talking to people's cringe. So now I'm going to Castle Bruma, and I'm going to be making a bunch of hard saves. So I'm making a temporary save right there, And I'm going to be using these saves to get myself into advantageous positions when we perform the speedrunning trick later on. And right now I'm going to Shadenhall Stables to obtain my horse, because the horses in Shadenhall Stables are the fastest. And then we travel straight back to Breville. And up ahead right here is a Speedway Shrine. So basically it multiplies based on whatever my base speed is, but it's actually a projectile. So you don't touch it and then it gives it to you, it actually shoots it towards you. So if you sidestep it, your horse is actually going to get the buff. And because it multiplies based on base speed, the horse gives you a lot of speed, rather than just like a minor speed boost you would usually get. It amplifies it a lot with the horse.
And with the
So
horse,
I'm going to be...
Dez is going to a bunch of different places that we're going to need to go to throughout the run for story reasons.
Yep. That's exactly right. We're going to obtain a couple of items, basically 4 main items. One of them is a stone that looks really cool. The second item is a Daedric artifact. And then we need to get a book called the Mysterium Xarxes. Ooh, very mystical. Very interesting name for that. And then the last item is the armor for Brother Martin. We haven't actually met him yet, so hopefully I don't get anxious around him. But I'll be skipping the dialogue anyway, so I'm pretty good at talking to people like that. Oh, there we go. So I'm using my horse, and we're going to close the gate. And people who've played this game might remember that the gates were quite a pain to close. Like, it's not exactly interesting. It's all red and, you know, red. So hopefully this is going to be the only time that we have to experience an Oblivion gate, because they all suck. Now, I just did a glitch called load warping. And I did it again.
Yeah, so load warping is basically where you take the quick save from one save, and then you kind of teleport it to another save. So when you make a save in Oblivion, a hard save, basically it's a teleporter for your old character. And if you open a door as you open a menu, you can actually load a new character where that teleporter is. So we use that throughout the run to skip a lot of the travel time.
So now I'm gonna kill a bunch of these mofos, and what I'm doing is I have my fists out and I'm blocking with my fists, and that allows me to cast faster as well as punch faster. So anytime I'm in combat, I'll always have my fists out. So now we're gonna go to Miskarken. This is to obtain the first item I was talking about, one of the 4, which is the Waylead Stone, however you want to say it. Wailed. How do you even say it?
I think it's
I don't know.
welcomed. Something like that.
Welkid? Okay, I was way off then. See, that shows how much I know about the game. I just do it because I like running fast. That's a skooma jump, by the way, so if you go into an angled surface at really fast speed, slightly before you hit the actual ledge of it, you can obtain pretty good height with it, with the speed that you run into the ledge at. So right now I'm just pressing some buttons and opening the way to the future. See, if I was playing any % no DFS, which is another any % category, I'd be able to skip this whole section using out of bounds, but I'm forced to remain in the confines of the world. I'm going to be doing a load warp to actually get out of that area, because otherwise I'd have to do a lot of backtracking. I'm going to open that chest up for story reasons. Oh, you're not dead. Oh no. Sure, I can talk to you. Alright, one of them's kind of run off on me. That's not good. But it's alright, we'll catch up with her later.
You're back.
At least I hope so. Where is she? Oh no. She's gone. I think I might have screwed the trick up. I'm supposed to kill everyone. No, apparently they're here. Okay, well, there's a loose assassin out and about. I hope that doesn't mess up anything. Okay, well, we won't worry about it. So, we went to Cloud Ruler Temple because Martin wants to do a speech. And we don't really like speeches that much, so we're gonna leave while he's doing the speech. So then we can come back and tell him how good of a speech teller he is. Now I'm going to pick up the second item that I need, which is the Daedric Artifact. Just going to take a little bit of a scenic route because getting a Daedric Artifact is kind of long and arduous. But there's this lady over here and her sword looks really, really cool. I don't know why she's angry at me. I mean, I only just fireballed her a couple times.
But there we go, you have the best sword in the game now. At level 1.
Ah. Damn. Well, everything's overpowered when I've got my difficulty all the way low, so I suppose it doesn't exactly matter, so I'm gonna get rid of it. I've kind of decided having the best sword in the game's not worth it.
Yeah. Rather have
I've got my
helmet.
trusty scrolls. Oh yeah, I'd rather have a cool helmet. I'm wondering where that assassin went, eh? Because I only killed 4 of them. Unless I did kill her and I just wigged out for a second. We're going back to Cloud Ruler Temple because we got the Daedric Artifact, and we want to tell Martin he's a good boy for coming with us on our quest. And I'm going to set up another teleporter. That's going to be a very vital teleporter. And we're going to be searching for some books. Wow, I'm kind of surprised no one saw me kill that guy. But it's all according to plan. So basically with all the 4 books that I'm going to be getting, that's the first book. I've got 3 more to collect. And all these books are going to actually lead me to the book that I actually want, which is the the Xerxes book. So as soon as I find all 4 books, the game will finally allow me to find it, even though I know exactly where it is. So getting the second book is fairly easy. I just have to talk to old mate here. There we go, she just gave it to me. Oh. Now I can fast travel to the red marker on my screen. The red marker is supposed to be where I'm supposed to go for the quests. So I talk to this guy, and then I ignore him, and talk to this guy. And this guy wanted to be part of the bad guys, but we kind of convinced him that's a bad idea. So instead he kind of got nervous and gave me another book, so now I'm on 3 books. And I'm just going to open up a pathway so that I can meet up with with Boris. So Boris wants to actually talk to me, but he hasn't exactly had the opportunity to do it, so by the time he wants to talk to me, I'll already be exactly where he wants me to be. Setting up another teleporter there. So there's also a schedule as well that I have to meet. I'm kind of a bit slow, but hopefully it's not going to matter too much. So basically I'm allowed to save instantly there as well, because if you scroll up while you're sitting down, you can actually it just allows you to save, whereas normally it wouldn't allow you to save because you're in third person. Alright, so now I'm going to the palace and I'm going to see if I'm on cycle, because sometimes if you're a bit too slow there, you have to do a lot of waiting. It's like a lot of wasted time. And now finally, after doing all that, I can figure out how to get this book from the hands of the bad guys. Hello, goodbye. They're having some sort of meeting here. Don't worry, I'll just take this really quickly. You guys weren't using it anyway by the looks of it. I'm actually going to use it. So I can do another load warp. And basically the load warp just allows me to transfer all the characters that I'm using through the door instead of the character of the guy that's made the save, if that makes sense.
I'm counting on you to eliminate.
Now we have to go kill some more evil guys. Promise they're bad. We're not just murdering random people and taking their stuff.
What is it?
Oh yeah, we're just gonna murder him because it's fun. Come here and die. There we go. That was easy. Alright, we're gonna take their grocery shopping list. They don't really need that because they're dead. Oh, I don't want to drink any more potions. Hey mate, sorry, I'm doing a speed run. God, that guy was rude. Trying to interrupt me. Need to talk to you about some stuff. So what I actually did there is I gave him the helmet because it didn't really suit my fashion. I think Martin will appreciate it a little bit more, you know. I think it comes out well with his robes that he's wearing. Alright, so an Oblivion gate opened up, and as we all know, we hate Oblivion gates, and oh my lord, we're gonna have to do so much work. I really don't want to do all this work to close the Oblivion gate. So anyway, the Oblivion gate's closed now. And I can leave. Hopefully we don't have to close another Oblivion gate, because that was way too much work for me. Alright, talk to Martin. He's still studying the Mysterium Xarxes book that we gave him. Which is good. I like putting in the effort to give people stuff that they're going to take full advantage of, you know. Alright, so now I'm going to do a little bit of a detour because I'm going to essentially skip an invisible wall that separates me and the armor by using the load warp. So I'm going to use a load warp from the other save that I made in Castle Bruma from a very long time ago. And that puts me well into Sanctuary. And then I do it again, which, yeah, I just beat Sanctuary. That's supposed to take at least half an hour on a casual playthrough, I'd imagine, but I managed to do it in 15 seconds. Because I'm just so good, you know.
Yeah, there's a long, elaborate puzzle sequence, and we just completely skip it. Yeah, we don't need puzzles. I hate puzzles, to be honest. So I've got to be mindful of my... Oh, you're naked. Sorry, kids, close your eyes. Should have given a bit of a warning there, but... Basically, that happens when you load warp. When you load warp, the game kind of gets confused with what it should do with the NPC's clothes. Oh, she's wearing clothes now, guys. It's fine. This is a PG-rated stream. And we talked to the Queen. The Queen is just... I don't remember what I talked to her about. I think I talked to her about getting reinforcements for this, a Great Gate, I guess they call it. It's basically an Oblivion Gate, but it's like supercharged. So yeah, this is a whole auto-scroller section here. So while nothing is happening, I figured I would just give a little bit of a shout out to PRC Live on YouTube, because they make Oblivion speedrunning content, but what they also have worked very hard on is a 100% speedrun for this game. And for casual players, you're probably wondering how long it would take to try and complete everything in the game. And yeah, apparently the first time they tried it, it took them 72 hours just to finish everything in the game in a speedrun. I believe they were the very first people, because it was a group effort, to do that in a single segment. And they managed to improve their route and improve their game all the way down to 21 hours. And they are working on another version of it where they hope to beat
the speedrun in under 16 hours. So if you guys are interested in seeing that come to fruition, you can always check out PRC Live on YouTube. They have a Discord link in all their videos, and you can just check them out. It's a pretty cool project that's going on.
Yeah, they've sunk hours and hours of work into that, and they deserve recognition.
I think now, since I don't know if you guys have heard about Moist Critical, he's pretty popular, how he did a Redguard speedrun recently, the Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard. I believe that Mimo might have a little bit of an interest at some point with doing 100% for that game as well, but I kind of doubt that that will happen because the game is very, very, very barbaric to play. It's like input delay. Think bad input delay and then double it and then double it again. Like, this game is just terrible. But Oblivion's so much better to play. And it's a very easy speedrun to learn as well, so you don't need to learn all the bells and whistles to just get good times. It's pretty fun. And I think John can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been running for 2 or so months, and I'm number 7 on the leaderboard for no out of bounds category, and it's rapidly improving, and the run is not very well optimized yet. Like, there's still a lot of time saved that can be had, and new strategies are always being discovered. It's a really interesting time for the run.
Yeah. I forgot, at any point Martin can die here, and if he dies, the game just ends, which is kind of tragic, but he's still alive, so I'm pretty happy about that. This is the Great Gate. Oh my lord, the Great Gate, guys. Gonna be so much work to close this gate. Oh man. This gate's gonna be so painful. So we close the gate.
Just in time.
Alright, see ya Martin. I'm going back to Cloud Ruler Temple. I'll meet you there. It's a shame you don't know how to load warp. So now I'm waiting 4 hours because he's slow. And he's going to set up the portal with the stone and the something else that I gave him. Oh yeah, that sigil stone that came from the Great Gate, apparently. We're going into one of the last rooms of the game, which is called Paradise. Oh, it looks so pretty. Too bad we're not going to be here for very long. So if I don't get a quest pop-up, that's really good RNG, because it saves me a second. I'm going to do another load warp there, to skip basically all of it. This is basically one of the last rooms of the game. If you fail that load warp there, you get locked inside, so you got to be careful. To load warp, you just press both the escape button and the activate button on the same frame, basically. Ooh. Yeah, so now I guess we just need to do some... Wow, can you just... It's the same guy! What the hell, man? Just leave me alone. Alright, so I'm talking to Martin now. Martin's pretty interested in my success. And we just have a little meeting to set up.
Hi.
So basically what ends up happening here is the game kind of puts you in an alternate Imperial city. So instead of going back outside to just the outside, you would get put into like an ultimate version, which is basically being invaded by all the Daedra and stuff like that. So you can actually, because I've glitched myself closer to the door by using a load warp, I can see that transition of the doors in real time. So I can see that the door behind me would usually lead outside, but it's going to get swapped out, as you can see. So this door leads me into an alternate version of Imperial City. And I'm almost towards the very end. As soon as I talk to Martin when he's at the by the wall, as soon as the zoom out for that comes like to a close, that's when the time finishes. So I'm talking to Martin, and time is gonna stop soon. It stopped now. So that is no out of bounds in a nutshell. A 21-minute time speed, alright. I believe that's a roughly 30 minutes for no out of bounds RTA, which is pretty good. But you know what's even better than running for 30 minutes? Is running for less than 5 minutes. Now you might be wondering, right, I'm just gonna swap versions of the game because it's slightly faster, but you might be thinking that beating the game this complex in under 5 minutes would be relatively impossible. And it would be, but Bethesda kind of screwed up with their whole developing. I mean, I'm not shocked. And they left a very big secret towards the end of the game. So I'm going to be playing any percent now, where I'm allowed to go out of bounds, and I'm going to let John just explain the entire run. For this run, we're going to use a male red guard for their adrenaline rush ability.
I need you to stream on Discord.
What happened? Oh, true. Let me just start that one up. Alright, let me know if that works.
Yep.
Alright, so. Yep, my live split time is all good. I can just restart that one. And, yeah, so this is any percent. I'll let John take it away on my go. 3, 2, 1, go.
So basically, Dez is playing as a red guard because they have a very.
I forgot my binds, but that's all good.
Yeah.
I could probably still get in another 5 minutes even by doing this. So, all right, here we go, boys.
So yeah, Dez plays as a red guard because they have this ability which basically makes them go very fast. And of course, there's a theme here. So remember how we had to go through the entire escort part and we're having to deal with the guards and the Emperor and all that? Well, we don't really want to do that because that takes a lot of time. So we're just going to kind of clip through walls. And in Oblivion, it's very easy to clip through walls, as you can see. So it's actually more of a challenge to stay inbounds in the no out of bounds category than it is to leave. So basically, Dez is just gonna skip most of the escort section of the game, and he's doing load warping and just various tricks to skip most of the.
I'm out of bounds. Oh no! Apparently I was too slow. I'm gonna have to do this part again. There we go.
Yeah, so when you're out of bounds, you fall down infinitely until the game decides that you need to be back inbound, so it teleports you to the closest spot above you. This
is an absolute disaster. Alright, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to be constantly out of bounds, and when I get to the escort, I'm actually not going to be talking to any of the NPCs or anything. I'm just going to be like skipping the entire escort part if I can make it through the door, which it looks like I'm just having so much troubles with at the moment. This door is actually really thick, this wall, so it's actually not uncommon to just lose like a minute just to this wall. Okay. Hopefully I can get this to work. There we go, nice. Jesus. Okay. So, already a complete disaster, but let's just ignore this for now. I'm going to be using the saddle glitch, which is just a fancy name for the load warp.
Yeah, so basically if you make a save in a chair and you load warp that save, it'll put you in the chair's position in the new room, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but basically it means that instead of teleporting yourself to a door, you can just teleport yourself to where the chair should be. So he's going to use that. And basically what he just did there is skip all of the dialogue that was necessary to get to the Emperor and the guards here.
It's gonna be so funny if I actually somehow get under 5 minutes with this. I'm gonna be very surprised.
Beside.
So basically, I've just skipped the first part of the escort, but now I'm in the process of skipping the second part as well. So if I go straight out of bounds, I can just shortcut right to the very last door of this room. Hopefully I can make it through this wall. This wall is also very painful. Usually takes 2 tries though, if not on the first. There we go.
So usually in the game, the Emperor has to die for the story to progress and for the necessary triggers to happen so that you can actually progress. But with any percent, we don't need to go through any of the quests because we can just teleport straight to the end of the game.
I kind of fell up short, so I'm gonna have to wall clip through the side of this door. Which is kind of tragic. There is a more consistent wall clip. I should have just used that one. But it's alright, I'll just get through this door with however many tries. And once I get past the actual intro section of the run, that's kind of when the big secret is revealed. For how this run is so fast.
There we go. There's the sewers. Way less time this time.
Yeah, despite all the
Speak.
issues there, it was still fine. Alright, so there's a door underground.
There we go.
That's a bit weird. I wonder who left that there. And, whoa. Would you happen to know this is what I was talking about with the alternate Imperial City? It just brought me right there. Now, Martin is just... He's confused now. He was in Kvatch waiting for me to go talk to him. Even though he doesn't know who I am, he suddenly realizes that he needs to get to the temple really quickly. And, yeah, time's about to stop again. And, start. So, not quite under 5 minutes, but hey, close enough. I mean, we could all imagine what it would have been. And, yeah, I guess that about does it for me, I think. Do you want to say anything, John?
I think that does it. I mean, there are actually 3 separate any percent categories for Oblivion. There's any percent, which is this, and then there's any percent no out of bounds, which is actually more of a challenge to stay out of bounds. Or sorry, stay in bounds than it is to go out. And then there's the no Dragonfire skip, which means you're not allowed to use that door at the end of the game, but you can still go out of bounds.
Yeah. Alright, so I think that covers it. Thanks, boys, for watching, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your runs.
Thank you so much for the run, and thank you so much for the commentary, Dezmone and John. You guys were amazing.
Thank you very much.
All good, all good.
My pleasure.